an auto shop right off 130. They see crashes all the time.
Many accidents happen mostly every week.
The intersection of Farm Road 1185 and 130 is so dangerous, it was profiled by Austin TV News. No place is a bigger traffic danger in all of Caldwell County than this place.
More than 150 crashes have littered the frontage roads in the past 4 years.
It's why opponents of the proposed 130 garbage dump warn the intersection is a horrible place to mix dozens of garbage trucks with the school buses, loaded with little children that cross the intersection every school day. Those who live near the site for the tower of trash that would become the county's tallest structure have seen construction on a deceleration lane by the feeder road. If you're one of the few fans of the Lytton Springs Weekly Bugle, you've been told that construction on the road near the planned entrance to the dump means something important. Actually, it doesn't. Green Group donated the land, but it looks like they got what they paid for. Some pub from one of their local cheerleaders, Randy Laney.
And it really hurts me to think that somebody would do something like that.
Laney gave himself the title Lytton Springs Town Crier years ago. He doesn't live anywhere near there anymore or the planned dump, but he's sure still in love with Green Group and the idea that his neighbors will live near a big dump. Quoting, "Since 2013, Green Group has been nothing but a good neighbor to the town of Lytton Springs." The folks at State Farm Insurance should be jealous, don't you think, Mr. Laney? Think about it. Green Group wants to put a dump near a sensitive aquifer right next to a high-hazard dam in a place that's flooded badly before.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The company destroyed the results of the test they took to prove the area is even safe for a giant hole in the ground. And they only got away with it because the TCEQ obviously doesn't care about its own safety rules.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Green Group pulled the very same trick when they tried to build a dump down the road in Waller County. The neighbors had to spend a lot of money and fight for years just to get on the property to do their own testing. And when they did, they discovered the dump would have cut right through the water table, poisoning the town's water supply. Mr. Laney knows we were hired by a landowner in Waller County years ago who actually cares about the environment. They didn't want to see the beautiful Waller County landscape used as a dump site.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
In a recent social media post on something called the Lytton Springs Weekly Bugle, Laney complains about Dolce Vino Consulting's, quote, occasional smear campaign against Caldwell County officials. Since Mr. Laney fashions himself a writer, he knows what the definition of smear is. Quoting, damage the reputation of someone by false accusations. Okay, so let's revisit our criticisms of Caldwell County politicians and play the what's false game, shall we? The former Caldwell County Judge Tom Bond destroyed all his emails and computer records after he left office. We complained that was against the law, but District Attorney Fred Weber refused to prosecute. Former Caldwell County Judge Ken Shawey and county commissioners, including the new county judge Hoppy Hayden, spent nearly $100,000 of your money fighting the release of clearly public records, then used that waste of money as a pretext for complaining about the cost of fighting the dump. Get it? And yes, we've criticized the county commissioners for stopping the legal fight against the advice of their own lawyers. And we've doled out criticism of the new county judge, Hoppy Hayden. Here's why. Hayden was one of the members of a group called Growth and Progress for Caldwell County. They promoted the dump, then disbanded without caring about any other economic development project in the whole county. Get it? Hayden was a bigwig at the Lockhart Chamber of Commerce when Green Group first came to town. The chamber fought to keep all of his phone records and emails a secret. But why?
I don't think anyone in this county was particularly happy to have a landfill choose this as a place to be. Maybe they won't get it, but I thought we should have done a host agreement. Thank you.
Hoppy Hayden has long claimed he's against the dump, but wanted a host agreement for tougher environmental standards. Okay, he became chairman of the citizens group, told to come up with the additional safety standards Hayden claimed he wanted. When they did, Hayden helped disband the group. Green Group, aka the good neighbor, Mr. Laney, they refused to even meet with the citizens. They seem to like the politicians better.
This is a big work product. Less for you, it would be a big work product back for us, so I don't want to have a false expectation. This will take me a few weeks to actually redraft a document and send it back to you, and
Green Group boss David Green told commissioners to give him a few weeks to review the safety proposals. That was November 2017, 16 months ago. Not a single formal communication since then, we're told. Hoppy Hayden won victory in November as county judge. He has yet to take a single step to enforce the county siting ordinance. It was written to prohibit Green Group from even putting a dump where they're building the road. It's time for Mr. Hayden to protect the county ordinance or break a huge campaign promise. Laney says his friends at Green Group have committed to include Lytton Springs in the host agreement fees, a payday for allowing a company to turn that section of Caldwell County into a big, giant, smelly dump. Quoting, "This would be a great gift to the community and would help out this town immensely."
Like a good neighbor,
State Farm is there.
So what will the folks at Lytton Springs do if a flood spreads trash all across their backyards? If their kids get sick someday, like the folks in Uniontown, Alabama did?
10 years ago, two-faced so-and-sos scarred my soil with a landfill site. Trucks came from every state, owners couldn't wait to pile the coal ash 7 stories high.
They write songs about what Green Group has done to that place. What if a huge fire breaks out at the future dump like they do in dumps all across the country? Mr. Laney, you also take some shots in your post at Joe Rowland. Mr. Rowland is the elected commissioner of the precinct where they want to put the dump. He's against it, has been from the beginning. And the other politicians had an obligation to do what he wanted for his people. They didn't. We should be asking why. Mr. Rowland just got reelected. So I guess the folks there don't want the dump, Mr. Laney, the folks who actually live there. Maybe next time you should be the town crier for democracy. Try it.